Confetti, please don't forget to comment and like the video. So guys, for those who don't know, this young man on the screen name is Keith Lee. He is a food influencer on TikTok primarily with 16.3 million subscribers or followers. So he goes around to struggling restaurants around the country and reviews their food in order to help, save the company from going under, especially after COVID. So with that being said, he went to Atlanta recently, and Atlanta was on the S list and it didn't do well. And now he's in DC, which is technically another black city, and he's not flattered with the food. So many people are saying that Keith Lee has a palate of a child and he doesn't enjoy quality food, so on and so forth. And I'm going to say that everyone has a different palate. That doesn't mean that they will like subpar food. I think the problem with the DC area getting so butthurt over this one man's opinions is that they're accustomed to the nasty food that DC has. Now, why I'm saying DC food is nasty, because I've had it and I was not flattered by it at all. And people are saying, oh, well, you should have got the food that we're known for down here. Food is food. If you're going to be an area that serves food, food is food. Granted, certain areas, like for example, Baltimore is known for seafood, but you also can have other good food as well. That might be your staple, but that doesn't mean you're incapable of making delicious meals outside of what your staple is. And DC clearly isn't hitting. So it got so bad that people from the news anchors and other people in the DC area are telling Keith Lee that he don't know what he's talking about. And I don't think that they get the concept of what Keith Lee does. He goes to different restaurants that are the keyword struggling, and he helps review food restaurants that have potential and that are struggling, that deserve the recognition that they deserve. And like, if you're serving subpar food, yeah, you don't really need to get a review from Keith Lee, because that would destroy the business. So he got a plate of food that was really nasty. Like, the people, according to his wife and him, were dirty. They didn't have gloves. They were counting money, then touching the food. Yeah, I would not want to review that place, especially if you have a massive platform such as him, and then give it a bad review, and then it'll tank the business. So with that being said, I get what he's saying by saying, if you tried several restaurants in the area and that was your experience with the dirtiness and the cleanliness and also the stinkiness, yeah, you're going to think that the food in that area is like that. And usually it's safe to assume that it is. That's how tests are conducted. If so many people within an area are doing something, that usually the majority rules. That's usually what's happening. So with that being said, I think people are turning on Keith Lee because they don't like that he has an opinion. And I noticed something on social media. If you're someone who is unadulterated like Keith Lee, and what I mean by unadulterated is like, you don't always give positive reviews for everything. You have to give authentic reviews, and with giving authentic reviews, not everything's going to be good. There will be things that are mid. There will be things that are subpar. And you have to be honest. But I think that people are not used to sincere people online anymore, because everybody will review stuff and they go, oh, it's so good. But they only review the things that they actually truly believe are good, and opt out from the things that are not. But when you see someone saying that, I think to some people it's like, oh, how dare you say that something I like is bad? Okay, some things I enjoy might be really, overall to some people, not tasty, but to the next person it might be great. So I think that people need to get used to people having an opinion, because it feels like in this day and age, if you have an opinion, people act as though you are just a terrible person and you are awful, and how could you say that? It's like an opinion's an opinion. And then some people argue, well, how is Keith Lee qualified to tell what food is good and what food is bad? It's like by having taste buds like anyone else. Like, you don't have to be a chef in order to look at something to tell it doesn't look cooked, or something doesn't smell right, or it doesn't taste right, or it wasn't prepared properly. So I think that if some people think a little too hard about what the requirements for something like this is take it or leave it. It's kind of thing, in my opinion. Like, he can say something's bad and I can enjoy it. I don't mean I'm gonna be like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. No, maybe he does. Maybe his palate's set up way better than mine. And on top of that, this man's a millionaire. So I'm gonna say this: when people are wealthy like him, Usually their palate's better than the average person because they're exposed to quality food. But we can go back and forth with that. But nevertheless, let me know in the comment section below what you think, because I honestly could say I think the masses are starting to turn on Keith Lee because of his own opinion, which I believe is completely silly. They're turning on this man and it needs to stop. But you guys let me know in the comment section below what you think about the viral sensation Keith Lee. Is he full of crap? Does he need to keep his mouth shut? Is the public turning on him? Let me know.